Good afternoon, everyone. And for those who are watching in different time zones, good morning or good evening. My name is Marilyn. I'm the founder and CEO of Customized Training Solutions Private Limited, or CTS. We are passionate about helping leaders and organizations who are continuous learner and action takers to transform and thrive in all aspects by co-creating customized programs with our world-class resources. And today, it's my great pleasure and I'm so thrilled to introduce to you the leader for today. So, just to introduce her, she's working with BFM 89.9, Malaysia's leading business station. Freda has conducted over 5,000 interviews. So, without so much further ado, I'd like to bring in for
Hi.
you. Please do share with us your leadership experience, your influencers, and possibly if you have, a favorite leadership style that you'd like to share with us or influencers that you'd like to share with us. Please feel
Okay.
free to do so.
I had to work with people from different countries,
Mhm.
and English may not be their first language, right? And
Oh.
although they do, and they do not report to you in a way, but they also
Mhm.
take direction from you. So how do you get that buy-in, right? And I think communication is really important. As clearly, even after you had a conference call, you follow up
Mhm.
with a very simple email with very simple instructions,
Mhm.
not to confuse things. So I think that's one thing if you talk about leadership. I find that what I always like to do is, let the people grow, right? Let
Mhm.
people grow in the sense that, I've had people, my team, when there are different shows within the station, and someone may be interested in another show, and there's an opening there, and I always say, if you're
Mhm.
interested, please go, right? If especially the really good ones, right? If they feel they're not growing anymore and they feel they want to learn something else, please let them grow, please let them go. You learn from bad bosses and good bosses, right?
Exactly.
The bad boss don't be like that, and a good boss, you learn from that. And I think the good bosses have always been those that have listened to me, right? And
Mhm.
you know that they're on your side, and you know that they're fighting for you, and even though you may not get what you want, the fact that
Mhm.
they had been on your side and listened to you and tried to fight for you means more than
Mhm.
you probably actually getting whatever you want.
What is leadership for you?
Doing what's unpopular but what is right, and being open to listening to people around you with differing opinions, right? No point
Mhm.
to have this empress new clothes where everybody's a yes man and you're not seeing what's obvious. Don't be afraid that someone will be better than you or will excel, right? I think that's what. Don't be a bully, right? And if
Mhm.
you have authority, that's one thing. And always, always be learning yourself. So leadership, visionary, that's one thing. I need to know that you're heading somewhere. I think
Mhm.
that's important right now when you look at visionary leadership.
So for you, how would you actually define or describe the next norm?
Okay. I think for me, whether it's the new normal or not, you need to be adaptable to new things, right?
Mhm, mhm.
Think of the cockroach, very adaptable. They're still around.
Yes.
They've outlived the dinosaurs, right? So I think it is important to be most adaptable, and learn what's happening, right? And always be growing, always be observing, seeing what's going on, and watching, right?
From your experience as a corporate, working with corporate leaders, I would say,
Yeah.
what would you say would be the top three problems that
Right.
they normally face?
Not listening, right? Not listening, arrogance, and not willing to
Mhm,
adapt and not willing to change, or my way or the highway. You're going to be in real trouble.
mhm,
So that's one thing, right? And yeah, and so if I would say that, not listening, not changing,
mhm,
you see that happening as well.
mhm.
Again, when you're not changing, that's going to be the downfall of your organization,
What
right?
is the important leadership capabilities or skills um, you must have to be able to continue to lead effectively in the next normal?
Trust. Trust is really important. When you have a trust
Mhm,
deficit, I don't trust
mhm,
anything you say, even when you're telling the truth. Authenticity, right? Are you real? Are you real to even be vulnerable to say, like,
mhm.
we don't know what's going on, right? So we're all in this together, right? So that's an
Yes.
important thing, right? And so when you have had open communication and built that trust,
Mhm.
people are okay, right? We know that this is a situation right now, but when you don't communicate that, and you don't have that trust factor, then it's going
Mhm.
to be difficult, right? So
Mhm.
open communication, That is important.
What do you believe will be the role of learning, leadership, and transformation in order to thrive in the next normal?
Managing the present, right?
Mhm,
Optimizing the current business, whatever you're very good at, how you optimizing the max, to the
mhm,
best of ability. What
mhm,
was very interesting was box two, which is to forget the
mhm.
past. And to forget the past is actually
Wow.
to forget the present, which is to let go of current values and practice that fuel the current business but fail in the new ones. And the third one was to create the future. And he actually says spend 10% of your time in inventing, to invest in new business model. And he went
Mhm,
on further, if I were explain as well, when you create a new business models in an organization perspective,
mhm, mhm.
you should get someone that is not part of the organization.
If you have a magic wand that you can use, what will you do with it? And feel free to share with us why.
For me, is that all leaders function with integrity and authenticity, right? And again, I'm referring to my country and the situation, and it is, seriously a trust deficit happening. And I'm just going to be very frank about it, right? It's just, I would like to be able to get, leaders of the nation, my nation, to be able to function with integrity and authenticity. I think like that is one of the challenge right now.
If you were to ask yourself a question that you can best answer, what would it be?
I think the question I've always been asking myself is how can I be future proof in my career? And we can always get to the growth zone if we all go through a period of learning, right? And knowing that,
Right.
I love the fact that I don't know what I don't know.
So, before we end this interview, is there anything more that you'd like to add or share with, a message that you'd like to share with our audience?
Be grateful that if you woke up today and if you've got three meals on the table, because there are a lot of people who don't, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
we have to be grateful for the little things that we do have, and just one day at a time. For those of you who are going through some challenging periods, and I know it is tough, right?
Mhm.
I hear it. So just one day at a time. Three meals a day. Just be happy. Just be optimistic, right? That tomorrow's gonna be a brand new day again.
Mhm. Thank you. That's a beautiful message. And do remember to that even richest investors in the world would say that investing in yourself is the best investment that you can ever make in your life. And if your action creates a legacy that inspires others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, then you are an excellent leader. And that's from Dolly Parton. Thank you so much, everyone.